Oh, I didn't realize I left the speaker on, but apparently I did. Okay, to anybody that decides to pop in here, um, I'm doing another bonus stream because I'm still trying to get, well, at least I'll be able to get chapter 14 done today. I don't know about 16, 17, and 18. I'd hope I had, I would have hoped that even past the deadline of March 31st, I would at least have gotten closer to the end by today. Doesn't look like that's the case. And I still might have to take a break, a week-long break, so I can clean up the house and stuff because the installer's coming out here. So, and this time I'll have to really make sure that I'm actually doing work, that I'm actually cleaning the house and doing, you know, stuff to make time for the installer to get here. Um, but I was also hoping that I could basically take April off, where I'd have um like the first week could be a full off, like no working. Actually, I could probably squeeze in a couple of nightly bonus streams maybe, but this will, I'd be getting stuff ready to put up. Anyways, doesn't matter. What matters is I would have did the rest of the the latter 3 weeks of April um cleaning and stuff like I'm gonna do this week, but I would have actually um, I would have made it a working break. In other words, I'd be doing ancillary stuff related to my game, and I would probably be streaming like impromptu streams like this, at various times. When I was like doing like yard work or something, um, like kind of like whenever I could do it. It wouldn't be a regular thing like this, and then my regular thing would start back up, starting in May when I'd be working on the narrative pass, and also bringing back in stuff like working on the layout tool, the scripting part of that, and then working doing some mapping, and I guess probably some concepting, some sketching and stuff. I guess. So, anyways, we'll see what I get done today. I may only have an hour. I may have less than an hour. I don't know. Depends on how long Dad stays in there. Take this nap. And I want to say Happy Resurrection Day. I I could say Happy Easter, and I don't have a problem with it. But lately, I just been thinking more about, Easter was named after uh, some sort of goddess and you know some ancient, I don't know, Babylonian goddess or something, I forget, Ishtar or whatever it was. And so calling it Easter, I'm kind of like, call it Easter, I don't know, maybe. um so I say Happy Resurrection Day because I celebrate the resurrection of Christ on Sunday. Um and the way I understand it, I don't it wasn't that he literally died on the cross on Friday and then literally rose on Sunday. I don't mean that he didn't literally do those things. I mean the actual days. I meant it's not um, that I believe that it was actually Friday to Sunday, like specifically. In fact, there's evidence, or there's indications that it might have been somewhere else in the week because of the way that their Sabbaths work and stuff. But anyways, but I do believe that he literally born of a virgin. He lived on this earth. He had his ministry, and about when he was about 33, he was crucified for all of our sins, and 3 days later he resurrected, and he was seen by some, like hundreds of people afterwards. I think somebody said about 6 week period before he ascended back into heaven. But I literally believe they actually did all these things, uh, physically, bodily, and everything. So, and there is some evidence out there. And I can't go through evidence with you because I haven't. You know, I've heard the evidence, so I believe it based on what I've heard. But for to prove it to you, I'd have to pull up all this information that I don't know. I have to actually go through and take the time to do that. Not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying I'm not doing it right this second, obviously. And obviously, this channel is not for religion per se. It's just for me to make my game. And occasionally, because I am a Christian and I am conservative, hardcore conservative, constitutionalist, U.S. Constitution. Um, I'm also Republican, but Republican is I vote Republican, but it's not like Republican is a identity. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people that say they're Republicans that aren't. You know, Republican literally means being about the Republic. It means protecting the Republic, which is also kind of synonymous with being conservative. You know, conserving the Republic. You know, keeping it together, basically. And believe it or not, it was started during Abraham Lincoln's time. And it was actually, believe it or not, created to help combat slavery, actually. And the first black Americans that, or dark skinned Americans that were voting uh, were Republicans. Why? Because the Republicans offered to them the right to vote, and Democrats did not want the right to vote. In fact, what's funny is the Ku Klux Klan wasn't even about slaves or black people or whatever. It was to harass white people that allowed them to that wanted black people to be able to have a vote because they're people too, you know. And so originally it was for Democrats to actually harass Republicans. It's actually what it was. You know, of course, they extend it out because of the prejudice extends out or whatever, the hatred, or it might have even not even been real hatred. And I'm not trying to say this, I'm not trying to make light of people like hating black people, but I think it's this power thing. They don't like their power being taken away. So it wasn't even that so much the skin color that was, you know, that you hated a skin color. It was that their power was being usurped by these anti-slavery, these abolitionist people, and uh, and so that's when a lot of the hardships happened to the slaves, American slaves. So, anyways, I just went off on. Sorry about that. Uh, just that's just to say that a true Republican wants to conserve and believes that everybody in the Republic has rights and that we should protect that. We should protect that. Democrats, they act like they want to help people, but really that's not really what it is, or at least not nowadays. Maybe originally it was, but when they instituted the welfare stuff, it basically meant to keep poor people poor. Basically, is what the welfare state is. Anyways, I'm sorry. Going into politics, and I didn't mean to do that. Not that anybody's here watching me exactly. You know, I'm in Rumble. Somebody in Kick and Twitch is watching. Hopefully, they're actual real people, not like some bot or whatever. Because I always get the thing of asking me to click on some or go to some URL or whatever on these different deals. And so hopefully you're a real person on Kick or Twitch watching me. But apologies for the politics and the religious stuff. It is Easter, it is Resurrection Day, and so I'm celebrating that. And I should get on with my game now. So let's get on with the game. Uh, okay. So I gotta step this up. I'm trying to be quiet. You should be able to hear me fine on the microphone because I'm not that far away from it or whatever. But I have to keep my voice kind of down low because you can hear it all throughout the house. It's ridiculous. I mean, I have my door closed. My dad has his door closed, and he's literally on the other end of the house. I'm on one end, and he's on the other end. Now it's not that far, but you know, it's a hallway's length or whatever. But it is opposite ends of the house, and we do have both of our doors closed. And if I started raising my voice just a little bit, it would carry all the way in there. In fact, he'd probably wake up because he's a pretty light sleeper. So, anyways, let's pull this up. And really, I just want to finish up chapter 14 at least. At least, even though I probably wasted some time talking about religion and politics. Again, happy Resurrection Day, or as some people celebrate it, happy Easter. And I will leave it at that. And now let's get into the thing. Okay, so not in that briar patch. Okay, this is a not in that briar patch. Nobody's gonna see this title except for you watching me put it in here, because each room has a unique ID, and the ID is also the file name, but it has the prefix, so that way the actual words can be the same, because some pages are the same pages. They're the same option. If I want you to experience, if I have two choices and I want you to experience both of them, but experience it in whatever order you want, uh, then I have to make a duplicate page. So, A and B, and then B and A, or like that. And so you hit choice A, you automatically go to choice B. We hit B, you automatically go to choice A after that. And um, they'll often both A's and both B's will have the same name. The text varies slightly because the order is different. Uh, and in fact, when I do the narrative pass, the difference in text will be even a little bit more. It won't be majorly different, but it'll be a little bit more because, you know, you're talking about doing it in a different order. And, but yeah, so that's what I have here. So each of them has a unique identifier, a title. Title is basically display name. Title is partly so that in the layout tool or in the editor here, that is when you zoom in, because here, like, you can't read it. You can't read these, right? You can only read it about when it gets up to. I don't know if there's a way to actually fix that either. I mean, I could make the text bigger, um, but uh, you know. Anyways, Karen doubles down the silent treatment, right? But these aren't. For instance, Karen doubles down is not a title page, right? It's part of title 3, but it's page 3, and that means it doesn't. Here, let's move this over. Yeah, save data. Um, but most of the time you won't even see these. You only see the ones on the title pages. The title pages that actually have the title, the subtitle in the actual description that you read it. So, but not Briar Patch is just a little nod, you might say, to Song of the South. It's a part where Brer Fox and Brer Bear have Brer Rabbit captured, and they're gonna eat him or whatever. And then he does a little reverse psychology on him and says, "Don't throw me in that briar patch," like he's afraid of the briar patch. And then when they throw him in the briar patch, he's like, he gets out of it and he laughs at him and says, "I was born and raised in the briar patch." And sorry if that offends you, if you're a dark skinned person, if that offends you, whatever. That's just part of that story. And so this is sort of the indication here is that Karen is gonna pretend like this is her purpose all along. She, unless she has to tell Violet she knows more about issues. And then of course Violet. This is just basically to make her even more angry. Anyways, so we got that. We got those down, and now Trapped. Of course, Trapped is a title page. It'd be like if you had sections in a chapter in a book and they were subtitled certain things, you know, assuming that the author put subtitles in there. And by subtitles, I don't mean dialogue subtitles. I mean a chapter subtitle, a chapter title, a section title under in within a chapter. Trapped. The princess is taken to the library as the box with her handbag goes into another room. She has to grab some books and opens one and is immediately sucked inside. Box travels in a room with the incinerator. This account is barely able to make out from within the handbag before being thrown in. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do a two-step in here. In other words, it's just gonna be another small decision point here, where you can do two things to happen. I imagine the box to be like almost like a tray or something, like when you're taking the security, and so you throw your wallet and your keys and whatever, and maybe your phone into the tray that goes through the scanners. So I figured that the idea is that um, this it's just a weird thing. Like if you experienced it, if you were a wanted to be a princess on your vacation and you went into this thing and they said throw your stuff in here, you probably just do it because you think it was part of the process or part of the thing. So, anyways, so the thing that we're gonna do here is the way the count escapes. Now, escaping is gonna be the same thing, but there's two things. One is this says causes the attendant to trip, right? But um, so what I was picturing is he's in the bag. He starts moving around, trying to fly around within the bag. That causes the attendant's bounce to be thrown off, and then he falls over. It isn't really a trip, I guess. It's more like he loses his bounce and falls on his butt. Then I figured another thing I could do it slightly different, where he inserts his clawed hands through the seam in the purse and force it open. And when it does, the count flies up and the attendant freaks out and falls backwards. So both do the same thing, but it just allows you to experience it slightly different, just so I can have a little bit of, because this is mostly this is almost a cutscene chapter, even though it's not really a cutscene chapter. Now, as far as getting out of the incinerator room or the incinerator, maybe he gets thrown in the incinerator, and there's also stuff like that. I might later on, when I do puzzles, I might make that into a puzzle. I wasn't making everything into a puzzle. It's just certain things lend themselves really well, and this probably would lend itself well to a puzzle after thinking about it a little bit. But I kind of don't want to take the time to do it, right? Why? I got 18 more phases or 17 more phases. I got half of this phase, and it's gonna take a whole long time. And I was supposed to get this done like really quick, like within a month, few weeks maybe. I would have went through it. I would have added. I'd had some like 10 chapters maybe, and um, few decision points. It wouldn't be a lot of decision points. It'd be a little, and then I gradually add on. That was the plan. And when it was the other was taking so long, I rebooted it, and so when I organized it in chapters, now I'm still kind of doing taking a long thing. So it's still taking a long time. Uh, but I still intend on doing the same kind of a thing. I'll expand out the story a little bit in the next phase. After adding that phases, it's right after reaching its goals, then I will actually go and um, what was I saying? Oh well, yeah. After I modify the engine and stuff and convert everything to take the new thing, then I'll go ahead and I'll find a place to expand it out a little bit. I'll expand the chapter out. I'll go through and see if I can add if there's a place for more puzzle. This might be a puzzle. Um, getting the scepter. No, I did that. I did that. But anyways, I'll be expanding the scenes out, the puzzles out. So there'll be a lot more to play, a lot more to do in upcoming phases, and so that's what it's gonna go. So I'm not worried that I haven't come up with a puzzle about how he's to get out of the incinerator just yet. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to um, okay. What I want to do is I want to create two more plus and plus that there, over there. Actually, let's do something here. That'd be 1. That would be 5. Okay, that's good. So, and we're 14. 14 is almost kind of a bare minimum, but I think I can leave it like that. I can leave it at that bare minimum. That's kind of all right, and I'll consider this chapter done, and then we can get to chapter 16 afterwards. Okay. Yeah. After I get this done, I'm going to go ahead and redo the all rooms page, and I'll probably update Grok with the individual chapter files, and I'll also go ahead and upload the all room and the dump file to my Google Drive and see if Gemini can look at that. And the phased roadmap, I think. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. Um, I'm gonna do something different here. I'm gonna go ahead and copy the chapter deals in there first. Copy, just so that they're in there already. Paste, paste. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the title before I actually do the location. Well, I yeah. I don't know. Here, I'll copy the ID, I guess. Copy. And let's go ahead and paste. And it's just going to be page 1 and 2, right? Title 4, page 1 and 2. Now, we'll make this be page 2. Oop, not 3, 2. And then we'll make this page 1. That. And so freaked out. Here, we'll do that. Uh, freaked out. We'll call this freaked out. And then this one, we'll call this have a nice trip. See you next fall. See you next fall. See you next fall. See you next fall. That. Okay. And then and here we're gonna go to door specs. Copy. We'll control V like that, and we'll actually do this. Then here we will do. We'll add this to the door. Paste. And we'll add this to the door here. Paste like that. Okay, now copy. That would be the second choice. So the second choice here, and will be And the first choice would be this one, freaked out. Copy. And Control V. Okay, so that should mean that these two go there, and then this goes down to this one. Okay, so say room data. Yep, that's good. Okay. Reload save scene. Okay, and let's go ahead and say so freaked out is one. Okay. The count tries to exit by the seam first. The count pushes his little bat clawed hand. Well, okay. Claw. I can actually capitalize this because the name count, even though it's technically a title, but that'll work. Just claws into the seam and pries them apart. The attendant seeing a bat pop out scares him so much, so he falls backward. So much he runs out of the room. The count making sure count eyes in place and eyes in place and surveys the room. Seeing the attendant flee the room, he flies to the window. After seeing no one in the hall, he leaves and goes and hides shadows. Okay. Okay. Now, we're actually going to copy this. Let's copy this. Hit 1 to continue. That. And I'll be using the same words pretty much, but it'll be slightly different. Okay, that's the freaked out one. This is the non-freaked out one. Count attempts to fly within the bag. The intendant loses balance and falls on his back side. Oh. The count then flies out of the room as fast as possible. After finding a dark corner, he hangs there, watching what goes on. Okay, now let's just go ahead and let's look at this. So he's in the shadows now, and what does this say? Maybe you should go find the library. Okay, so let's add that to the text here. Um, when all is clear, he searches for the library until he finds it, and then when he finds the library, he also hides in the shadows nearby. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and copy this over here too. So there's that. Uh, so hides in those when he finds the library, he hides again in the shadows, but nearby. Okay, we'll leave it like that. That's not the perfect text, but that's not the point of this. The point is perfect text here. Okay. So what this means is now let's see if okay, so Karen Tourist Princess, we're gonna copy this and I'm gonna do a little testing here. I should do more extensive testing sometime, but I just need to get this done. I mean, I can do testing later for sure. There we go. Okay, so I have to remember that this is the original that I'll end up removing. He knocks on the door. A voice asks, "Do you have a burning question to ask?" Princess Karen says, "What are three things every princess wants most?" The voice asks her what her answer is. Karen suddenly realized Violet had a crush on Max White. The initials appear. She can reply with a generic princess answer or could try something risky. We'll try the generic answer first. Princess thinks for a moment, says three things. Every princess wants true love, every princess wants a happy ending, and finally every princess wants her Prince Charming. On the other side of the door, an attendant changes the magic mirror view. The mirror switches from what's outside the door to Violet in her office. The attendant tells her that the person outside the door said the correct answers. Violet tells him to let Princess Karen in. Violet tells her secretary to get the book prepared for read and to give it to Karen. When to continue. Uh, Princess taking the library as a box of their handbag goes in the other room. She's asked to grab some books and opens one. Okay, so that I have to fix that, right? Okay. Immediately selects the side of the books box travels to a room with incinerator. Gallant's barely able to make out from within the handbag before being thrown in. The count causes the attendant to trip. The count escapes, and the count leaves the incinerator room. Okay, so that's actually uh I have to actually fix trapped there to be more um close. Pushes seeing the attendant flee the room. Oh. Yeah. Okay, what am I thinking? All right, let's do this over again here. Um, Practice prep. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this. I do have it somewhere else. I got it backed up and stuff, so that's okay. All right. Uh, I'm going to try here. Okay, generic or try something else. This is the risky, right? The risky one. This is the generic one. Generic. Every princess wants true love. A happy ending, and her Prince Charming. Period. Okay, we'll do that. It didn't tell us about okay. And then what do we got in here? And traps. We'll modify traps here. Princess is taking the library. The attendant hands her riding hood. And when she opens it, is immediately sucked inside. Okay. I don't know if that's great for that, but okay. I was barely able to make out. Okay. Let's see. The count can only think of 2 ways to escape. Hit 1 to attempt to open the handbag from within. Hit 2 to try to knock and then balance by trying to fly from within. Okay. Okay. Control S and save that. Okay. Campus is causing the scene, plasma part. Near the search, she finds the library. Child nearby. Okay. Then the count spots a girl going into the library and follows her. The count stops at the door. Okay. Fine. Alright. Okay. Hit 2 to try to knock the attendant off balance by trying to fly from within. Count tries to fly within the bag. The attendant loses balance, falls on the backside, and the count then flies out of the room as fast as possible. Finding a dark corner, he hangs there watching what goes on. When all is clear, he searches for the library. When he finds the library, he also hides in the shadows nearby. Okay, and then counts. Okay, that actually looks good. Okay, so now let's just let's go through this again. Let's copy this time. Title 3 basically, and let's go ahead and run this again. And let's open up the little console, paste this in. When she knocks on the door, I always ask, do you have the burning question to ask? Princess Karen says, what are the 3 things in the room? Says, wants most. I always ask her what her answer is. She suddenly realized Violet had a crush on Max. That's why the initials appear. I have to fix that. She can apply a generic princess answer or can try something risky. Hit 1, 2. Okay, so the risk, think for a moment, it says 3 things. Every princess wants true love, happy eating, and a prince charming. This other door intended to change the magic mirror view. The mirror switches what's outside the door to Violet in her office. The attendant tells her that the person outside the door said the correct answers. Violet tells him to let the Princess Karen in. Violet tells her secretary to get the book prepared for read and give it to Karen. Let me continue. The princess is taken to the library as the box in their hand goes in another room. The attendant hands her Red Riding Hood. When she opens it, she is immediately sucked inside. The box travels into a room with an incinerator with the count's breath. It will make out from within the handbag. The count can only think of two ways to escape. Hit one to attempt to open the handbag from within. Hit two to try to knock the attendant off balance by trying to fly from within. Uh, I'll leave that. Count pushes his claws into the scene, pries them apart. Tenant seeing the bat pop out, scared somebody runs out of the room. The cat flies in place, removes the room. One. Okay. Okay. Let's do this again. Yes. Uh, Initials. Two. Play something risky. Princess thinks for a moment and says three things. Every princess wants true love, happy ending, and maximum spell. On the other side of the door, an attendant changes the magic mirror view. The mirror switches from what's outside the door to Violet in her office. The attendant tells her the answers Karen gave. Violet yells at him to bring the princess Karen to her. When finally confronting Karen, Violet recognizes her instantly. Violet is visibly angry and tells Karen she has a special fate for her. She tells her secretary to get that book out she had intended for Red. Karen thinks for a moment before responding. Hit one to give for Karen to double down. Hit two to give Violet silent treatment. Hit three for Karen to act like it doesn't bother her. Okay. One, because Karen wanted to dig Violet even further, makes another statement. She tells Violet that everyone knows that Max favored Red over her. She also tells her that anything Violet does her what matter in the long run. I already know Red's fate. Violet smiles and tells her she already took care of Red, and then she tells the attendant to take her to the library. Uh, okay. Immediately sucked inside. Okay. That's okay. And let's just go ahead and we'll do this again. Try the risky again. Uh, outside. Prince Karen decides not to respond and tries to look away. Violet tells her that no one will ever find it, and then she asks the attendant to escort her to the library. I'm going to continue. Okay. And then we'll do this again. Do this again. This time we'll do three. Karen almost smiles, gives her a snarky response. She says unless Violet's going to kill her directly, she should give up. She also tells Violet she knows about the Omega and about Hebert Bringer. Then she suggests Violet to escape and think about herself. Violet even angrier than before yesterday. Kara. Here's the library. Okay. Uh, right. She has a special fate for her, and okay. Actually, let's go to um. Here we go. Initials. Save from dead. Okay, let's go to this. Okay, so before these three go in, okay, so it looks like it looks like we're good. Looks like a grid, and I'm gonna count this as being done with this chapter. It's only 14 pages, but that's okay. We got enough going here that it doesn't bother me. So let's go ahead and let's right. Be all that you can be. Okay. Okay. Okay, that'll work. That, okay. This over here. So, okay. Total leadership, which we already got. All right. Okay, finds good book. That's going to be the next. Go ahead and put this guys up here like this. And before doing the rest of this, pull this out as far back as I can do it. We're going to take this. We're actually going to move this over here and up to here. Let's bring this up here. Okay, we'll leave that there, and we'll Control S, and we'll save the room data, so that now all we're doing is we're working on 16, right? 16, 17, 18. And 17 and 18 are going to be a big deal. 16 might be a little bit of a thing here. So what time is it? 12:47. Might not get anything done though if I do it this ways, but let's go ahead and let's redo the files first. Open a new tab. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna make sure that I have copies of everything. So we're going to um, yeah. And here, let's go into rooms copy, and in fact, let's go ahead and in both of these, we're gonna delete these. I'm gonna start deleting these in the backup deals, because I don't need them. I don't need old rooms. I just need it in the current deal because those are the same. Anyways, we're gonna delete. Oop. We're gonna actually delete all of these files in rooms copy. Okay. Now we're not gonna delete them. How do I say that? Okay. So that's fine. And then let's go into layout tool, data, copy, and let's see, all should be in here are the metadata for the rooms. Project.json. Okay, we don't need. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these here. Nah, actually, I'll leave those in there. Okay, that's all right. We'll leave that. We'll leave those in there. Just we won't have it in the other. So we're gonna move these into design documents. So uh, I still don't know about rooms and I actually don't know where these fall into a line here. So, but I guess I don't need to worry about that. So this is going to be 22. Rename this to 0, 1, 2. Right? Okay. And then rename this to backup that. And do the same thing. Layout tool data 13. 3. Rename backup underscore. And rename this backup. What's already in use? Wait a minute, what's going on here? Didn't I just... Oh. Rename this back to layout tool data, right? And rename this to 13. You guys see what I did there? Rename this to underscore backup. And Bob's your uncle. Okay. Gentlands design. Okay. Let's go ahead and take these. Let's go into, no, let's not go into layout tool data. Let's go into rooms. Let's go into, actually I can delete old rooms. I leave old rooms copy. I leave old rooms there. That has that in there, and then I go down to this, and we're gonna delete these. So, okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go back up here. We're gonna do copy, paste in the rooms copy. I'm gonna go ahead and delete old rooms. Those are just the script files and stuff, or as a temporary deal. And I'm gonna go ahead and delete these. From rooms copy. So now in rooms, there's only that. And of course in layout tool data copy, the thing in there is going to be those 2 extra deals. Alright. 320 items. Right, 318. 318 is the actual number of items. Those 2 are the project and that readme. So I'll just kind of leave that in there. And okay, so now that I got that, let's go ahead and do a GitHub. Well, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and think. Do I want those extra files in there when I update? Might as well. I'll go ahead and do that. Let's go to rooms. Let's go to open terminal. Here. On 3. Generate rooms.py. Python 3 generate py. Oh. Hi. But should be 22 again still. But we'll see. We'll see what's in here. We will see. See what we will see. Okay. Chapter 0. Yep. Right, 22 items, good. This one, good. Okay. And then what I want to do, okay, so the first thing I want to do here is I'm going to do it off screen here just in case I need to log in or whatever here. So let's go to, okay, we're going to go to Google Drive and I'm actually going to my drive. Drag your files and folders here, or use the new button to upload. Okay, so let's do that. Actually going to just drag this over here. Load complete. Actually, let's see, where's the new button on here? Uh, where is... Okay, I can just do it here, I guess. New folder. Enchanted plans files. Here, we're gonna move this into here, I think. Oh, let's see. Oh, I guess I can't, huh? Can I move a file from one folder to another on Google Drive web interface? Move to choose a destination folder. Okay, let's see if that works. Just give me a second here. I just wanted to do this off screen. Uh, okay, you have to. Okay, move. Oop. Okay, so all right, good. Now we're in the folder, and then so let's see the other thing I wanted to do is, oh, I didn't do this yet, did I? Is it gonna, okay. Chapter 14 done. Commit domain, push origin. Okay, go ahead and close that. Now what I want is I want my dump file, so let's go to design documents. Let's go into design notes, it's this one. Properties. I just wanted to make sure that this was the correct one. Last April 4th and it's April 5th. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, just making sure that this is the correct one. Yeah, maybe I'll do that later. Okay, so let's go ahead and drag that. Okay, wait. What did it say to do? Let's upload this first. And let's see if I can tell it to... Google Docs. Okay, let me pull up Gemini here in just a second. Uh, Google.com. What is EX? I don't know what that's from. Okay. I've uploaded the file to Docs. What do I need to do to convert it? And whenever I change the ODT on my hard drive, I do make it so that it auto converts it whenever I upload the same file. I don't want to download the desktop app at this time. Just working with the web interface. Give me a quick sec. I just asked a question. I wasn't trying to get you to do anything. It knows what I did. Look at the file itself here, just asked. Once the file is uploaded, right click, select open with Google Docs. This creates a new copy. Go drive a specific setting for this so you don't have to manually convert every time you upload a new version. Go to drive.google.com. Settings, General tab, convert uploads, convert uploaded. Check that box. Automatically turn it into Google Doc. So you're using desktop sync app. Here's if you upload a file with the exact same name, might try to keep them as versions. Okay. Okay, I'll remember to do that. I'm just asking Gemini how do I use this. I guess I'll need to turn something on in order to get this to work, but channel lens design, that's okay. So what we're gonna do is first is well, actually let's go to the settings first. Appearance density uploads outlier. Okay. Let's do the thing. We'll do this thing first. We'll open with Google Docs. See if it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't seem to be. I don't know if it's okay. There we go. Okay, that's separate. All right. Well, okay, so the auto convert thing. Hold on a second. You upload the file. Okay. Settings in the general tab. Okay. So hold on a second. Settings. General tab, start page, appearance, density comfortable, that's okay, open PDFs, new tab, uploads, convert uploads to Google Docs editor format. Okay. All right, so change back, and let's do a thing where, okay, let me ask it one more thing. Hold on a sec. Okay, so convert is on when I delete the file. Do do I need to delete both ODT and the Google Docs file, as they seem to be separate documents here? Delete the file. Okay. Use the web, okay. Okay. It's only going to be the dump file and the all rooms file, because I don't need those others. I'll probably add the roadmap separately. Oh, okay. All right. Let's do. Okay, let's do the one thing. Let's close this, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna delete both of these. Move to trash. That's okay. It can stay in the trash. I don't know how long it will stay in the trash, but we'll leave it there. That's fine. Then we're gonna drag this over, and hopefully it will convert it to Google Docs directly, so that starting upload. I don't know how long this can take. Okay, there. Oh, there we go. And it doesn't actually upload the file. It just uploads it, converts it, and that's the only file that's in there. Oh, I see. I see here. It automatically converted, so I don't have two files on the drive, which is perfectly fine. So I only have to delete that one whenever I update the dump file. Okay, so let's okay, this is theta. I'll go ahead and let's go back to the drive. Let's add the adventure game roadmap theta here. Okay. All right. And let's do one more thing here. Show him. And let's check out my personal files. Is it all the chapter files? Show ET more. Just a sec here. We got the Omnigate crappy sketch. We got the Mixed Minds top-down sketch. Enchanted Lands summary.txt. Okay, so I'll probably put that in there, even though I can read the dump file. Enchanted Lands summary. Currently in the middle of chapter. Currently, all right. Starting chapter 16. Doing phase 1 into pass what I call the event pass, which means that each line is something that happens. He opens door, everyone looks. Call the narrative pass, there'll be the children's event. So I'm currently in the middle of the event pass. Sometimes I tend to use your page interchangeably. Okay, like inventory. Okay. All right, so this is okay. And let's just go ahead and drop this in here too. Now, give me another quick second here. Okay, so tell me if you can see the files under the Enchanted Lands. What did I call this one? Enchanted Lands files directory. Upload them. I can access the content. Please summarize the, what did I call it? Okay, let's actually do this. Channel lamps, all rooms done. Enchanted and all rooms.md. Did I do that? That ways. Yep. It should come up with a thing you don't have to work. Click continue, I guess. If I have to turn it on, I have to turn it on. That means it's allowing you to ensure this use your workspace content and activity to personalize your experience across workspace. It's apps for businesses, schools. Guess let's turn that on. Save. Okay, I have to turn that on. It means it has to. And both smart feature settings. All right. That's not the greatest thing to have give Google all my access, but in order for this to work, I have to do that. Okay. Yes. Well, might as well connect it now, anyways. I don't know if I have anything actually sensitive in my Google account. I mean, other than my access to YouTube and stuff, which that's not a problem, anyways. I mean, it'd be a problem if there was a problem. Well, I didn't tell it to do all that. I told it to. Okay. That doesn't quite seem right because I asked specifically about the all rooms file and gave the exact file name. It's not. It's just a text file. It's just an MD file. Mm, a little. Um. So the all rooms file is just a markdown text of all the actual pages, the rooms, if you prefer. Okay, let's ask something specific. Under the Enchanted and files folder in the Enchanted lands all rooms. Enchanted lands all rooms the file. uh, what is the last chapter that has any decision points? I'll even give you a bit of context. Anything that starts with a 3-digit number, let's see. And underscore and C with a hyphen is a chapter file. Actual JSON on my disk here. It's a room like all the others. It's just the prefix as a C in it. Anything with a 3-digit number underscore T format like this. Where is 7? 6. Okay, I'll even give you a bit of context. Anything with a C in the title is a regular room page like the others. It just signifies the title, a title or a page. So, if the ID is 07C-bar the great, it's the 7th chapter entitled and the bar great. Okay. Any pages after that have another prefix that's x underscore t xx underscore p pg xx hyphen name, where the first is the chapter number, the represents the title or subtitle, and D is just the page number that can be in any order. For example, is chapter 7 title 1, page 0, and 0, page 0, i.e. PG00, is always the title page, whereas anything with a number after it is just a page. So it starts with PG01 when it's pages I added within the title, that particular title, and that particular subtitle. So look at all the chapters and tell me the last chapter that has any decision in them. They'll have multiple pages. That is anything PG01 and up. Did that make sense? Now it's supposed to be this good. It should be able to, with what I gave it the context. Now it should be able to actually tell me that chapter 15 is the last thing that has decision points in it. Chapter 15 was the old 14. That's the werewolf thing. Okay, so I mean it's possible. Let's see if let's check and see if I'm wrong here, right? I have this open. Let's go all the way to chapter 15. Well, apparently you didn't see it properly. In fact, let me make sure. I wonder if I can I just view a text? All rooms. Okay. Maybe it's too long for it. I don't know. Should be fine, but 18, 15. Well, you're actually wrong, and I don't know if it's because I didn't tell you something, give you the correct context, or what. If there's a limit, you can tell me. It's about 194K. 94K. With about 31K words and 185K characters. It's about, see here, you will see. Missed the full scope. Two-layer logic scan up document based on your specific name and convention. Last chapter in the file to decision point any page marked as page 01 or higher. Nope, sorry. Okay, so there's definitely some limits there. Okay, so let's go to 14. Let's go and make sure that, see page 2. Control C, we'll do that. You're still wrong. In chapter 14 is an ID here. And I've actually completed chapter 15 as well. Only 16, 17, and 18 don't have any extra decision points. They have chapter file and then a single chapter page. PG T01, PG00. PG00 hyphen before the name. File does not currently exist in retrieve context for Enchanted based on the file system's difficult narrative. Oh, you know what? Dang it. Shoot. Shoot. I forgot. Ignore everything on the drive other than the Enchanted files folder. I have to remove those other docs. In fact, they might be a little sensitive. Hold on. Okay, let's go into my drive. Home. Drive download, okay, and we'll just save it under download. Save. And let's delete. Remove. Hmm. Here, just to show you what I'm looking at right now. Sorry about that. Not that anybody's watching, but just in case. I'm trying to get it to look in my file that I just uploaded, and why is it not? Where's the dang scroll bar? There we go. Okay, so I shouldn't have any other extraneous files here. If you can also forget all of those files in memory, that would be great. 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 Okay. So, okay, so you can forget all other stuff not related to the game. Like those other files I had in my Google Drive. Here. Okay, so how do I work it to where you can specifically pinpoint something I asked for in one of the uploaded files? Pinpoint, not point. Pinpoint. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna need to head out. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Now we have just 16, 17, 18. At least we're getting closer. So, thank you for watching.